Point if you lose in overtime or shootout like Czechia did today. So you're up to date on things. One more break and then we'll get you set for Team USA. Trying to stay perfect right after this.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the SodaPod YouTube channel. That's right, SodaPod YouTube channel, to all of our friends and listeners and supporters, not only everywhere coming in on YouTube from Minnesota. I'm repping the Minnesota gear. Shout out Waggle. You see them on the bottom of the screen here. Waggle. I am just decked out in the Waggle gear. I don't own a Team USA jersey, ladies and gentlemen. I could have worn my Wild jersey, but I figured, you know what, Waggle, they help make this stream happen, and I know you Midwest golfers love to support the Waggle. Hell, even Carlo Koliakovo was tweeting about Waggle Golf the other day, so shout out to the best damn golf apparel out there, Waggle Golf, and shout out to all you joining us here via the SodaPod YouTube channel. I know a lot of you have come from the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel. That's awesome as well. I'm just pumped to watch this final game with all of you this evening. Now, if you're just joining us here on the SodaPod YouTube channel, the SodaPod, it is a podcast. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts from. The YouTube channel now, we're going to be doing a lot of different kind of things. We're going to be doing certain streams throughout the season, most USA international games, men and women's games, a ton of NCAA games, well, a ton of Minnesota Division I NCAA games, as well as a ton of Minnesota Wild live streams. All other hockey streams you can find on Everyday Hockey, which I also manage. Let's get back to the comments since this is a comment-driven live stream, and we'll get the live stats as soon as the puck drops in replace of the lines here on screen. If you're tuning in on Twitter, come over to YouTube. The link, well, I've been tweeting out the link like crazy, so the link should be there. Join the live chat because we have a contest going on tonight, and all you have to do to enter the contest is like the video and drop a comment in the live chat. That is it. Let us know your prediction for this game in the live chat. That's it. It's easy as that to enter to win prizes. If we get to 50 likes on this video or 160 subscribers, actually, where are we at? Subscribers. Yeah, 160 subscribers here on the channel, we will give away some prizes. Be excited, folks. Be excited. That's incentive, though, to join the live chat here and get involved with everybody here. I mean, we're rooting for the USA, right? I am half Canadian, half American. I covered the Minnesota Wild with the state of hockey, so we got to root USA. Let's get back to the comments here. Let's join the live chat here. Tegrity Farms, what's up? By the way, Tegrity Farms, Hoppy is convinced that I am you, you are me. So you should DM him on Twitter. Don't be horrible, it is me. King Isha, wow. Is the U.S. favored? Yes, like by a stupid amount. I can bring the odds up on the screen in a sec here if you want. Liam's given his prediction as the puck drops 9-1. I will get the stats up here for you, folks. Here we go. Switzerland against the USA. I mean, yes, the U.S. are heavily favored. However, I was pleasantly surprised with how the Swiss played. Who's it against? Against Sweden, I believe it was the other day. What's up, Tom? Oh, by the way, Liam, I'll lock that in for you. 4-2 US, says Tom. What's up, Victoria? How's it going? Welcome back. I saw you earlier. Thanks to everyone who supported the Everyday Hockey stream, by the way. 5-3 USA. Everyone thinks the US are going to take this, and you know what? You're probably right. Shout out to everybody joining us live here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. We do a ton of USA hockey, NCAA, as well as Minnesota Wild streams here on this channel, as well as a lot of podcast content and craft beer content. I wouldn't mind the Swiss because of the way they played against Sweden. I counted the Swiss out against Sweden. They had an unbelievable game against Sweden. The only thing that was kind of exposed was their special teams. Switzerland is almost better 5-on-5 than they are up a man. Their penalty kill was okay. Can you please do more commentating? Yes, I will. I just want to say hi to everyone in the chat. 7-1 USA, says Matthew. Matthew is still at work. Okay, I'm going to pour this beer Shout out Driftwood Brewing. This is a white bark whip beer out of the back channel brewing out of Minnesota. Bowl. I know in Canada we hit a different kind of bowl. A bowl that you hit maybe at 4:20 p.m. In Minnesota, you guys hit the beer bowl. So shout out to you guys. All right, let's do more play-by-play since one of our commenters in the chat asked for it. And if you're joining on YouTube again, migrate over to Twitter, comment to the live chat, like the video, and you're automatically entered into winning our contest here tonight. Brewery gift cards or hockey apparel up for grabs. All right, just over 2 minutes into this game. Shots one apiece, Switzerland, USA. Let me know in the live chat closer to the break, but I guess throughout this stream as well. And I'll make sure to bookmark it, and we'll talk about it in the intermission. Any players, both on Team Switzerland or Team USA, that you want us all to discuss, profile, highlight, and talk about in the intermission. I have some players that I want to highlight and draw your guys' eyes and attention to, and we'll get into them in the intermission or any big break of play here. And then I'll also add all the names to the description of this video on YouTube. So like the video, drop a comment in the live chat. If it was Latvia, USA, it would be tough for me because I'm American and 1/8 Latvian. That is right. Integrity, Ish, how are we feeling about Pert turnover? Not too good. I thought Pert was going to be scratched tonight. Integrity Farms, like, I'm almost thinking that you are Hoppy, but I already know Hoppy has a burner account, so I'm just really confused. He's planted that seed of doubt. All right, I'll give some more play-by-play. Thanks to everyone joining live here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. A ton of Team USA, NCAA, and Minnesota Wild live streams to come this season, as well as a ton of craft beer content, as you can see here, and much, much more. So like and subscribe and check out the SodaPod podcast. The link is in all of our content. I got to update the overlays on this as well. Didn't have time today. That's okay. We're still presented by those who count. Northland Vodka, Waggle, Golf, and 7th Avenue Pizza. Oh my God, the best damn pizza ever. Northland Vodka, the best ever vodka, the secret recipe. And of course, Waggle Golf, the best damn golf apparel. All right, 17-10 in this first period. Shots one apiece. USA comes up the left side. Again, I don't know all the names of these players, so just bear with me, folks. I'm from Canada, and I barely even knew all the Canadian players, but I do have the rosters up in front of me, and we'll highlight some players that I think you all should keep your eye out and your eyes on this game and throughout the rest of the tournament. Oh my God, Isha, you got to be careful. That is so much beer. It's one can of beer, bro. It's one can of beer. Be careful. What's going to happen? Fam, I'll DM you on my real account. Dude, do it and then also DM Hoppy and say, I am not Isha. That will spook him even more. Because we played him one time. We actually had we had a guy call in our phone line, and for like 3 months, he had no idea who it was. But he had his suspicions it was me, and it was not me. It was Dylan. Slovakia didn't look good. No, they didn't. Canada trounced them. What was it? 11-1? Shout out to everyone joining us live here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. Welcome to the final game of the day. This watch-along watch party. USA 2 shots. Switzerland 1. Nice shot from the outside of the circle slot area for Team USA. Oh, that is good. Nice and refreshing. Don't be horrible as shook that this beer is so big. If anyone's watching on Twitter, migrate over to YouTube so you can get interactive with all of our friends here in the chat. Nice save by the American. 16:02 left in this first period. How are we feeling? I know it's just a huge pro USA hockey crowd in the chat right now. Is there anybody in this chat rooting for Switzerland? He's getting nervous whenever I drink that. I mean, it's just a beer bowl. Shout out Back Channel Brewing. Oh, it's so good. The best way to drink beer, folks. All I got is Dam's Jack Pizza because my local spot is out of 7th Ave. Oh, no, that sucked. Well, I'm in friggin' British Columbia, so there's no way I can even get 7th Ave over here. But I had a few when I was in Minnesota, and oh my God, it was so good. So good. I'm honestly Disappointed I couldn't just muck a whole one in one sitting. I was too full. I was also drinking some brains from Drecker Brewing, and that's quite filling in itself. Shout out to everyone joining us live here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. We stream NCAA, Team USA International, women's and men's and juniors, as well as a ton of SodaPod content that we post from our podcast on this channel. We'll do a ton of Minnesota Wild live streams throughout this year and season as well. So podcast content, USA content, USA hockey content, as well as a ton of craft beer and Minnesota Wild content on this channel. So like the channel and subscribe, or like the video and subscribe to this channel. Also breaking out the whiskey soon too. What kind of whiskey are you drinking, Matthew? You never seen a beer bowl before? That's because you're from British Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. And this is from Minnesota. Nice chance by Switzerland there. Both one kind of dirty shot in deep and then a rebound, but a good poke check by the American goaltender. Switzerland now carries it back into the U.S. zone. And the Americans easily are able to retrieve that and start to break out themselves. Now the Americans zoning right in, but elects to go behind the net, drops off to his teammate. And here we go. Switzerland now breaks out of the neutral zone. I have some Toki Japanese whiskey, Matthew. Minnesota does beer bowls instead of cups. Well, not instead of cups. Crown Royal. Nice. Some Canadian rye whiskey. I like rye whiskey. Don't get me wrong. More than most whiskey drinkers, I think. But the Japanese whiskey is where it's at. Shots 3-2 for the Americans, 13:40 already in this first period. And any Americans who said that they were going to come in here and beat what I think we got some predictions that was like 9-2, some crazy things like that. The Swiss, they're for real. Now, I do think the Americans are going to win this game. And I guess I didn't give it an official prediction yet, so I will give an official prediction here just in one moment. But the Swiss really impressed me against Sweden. If they were able to almost beat Sweden, who's to say that they can't at least make the Americans sweat here? And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think the Americans end up winning 4-3. There it is. You can hold me to that. Latvia may have a chance to advance, but I wouldn't underestimate Slovakia, even though they look bad against Canada. In my opinion, they should get some rest before the Latvia game. Oh, they're going to trounce Latvia, 100%. Sorry, I missed your comment there. Crown over Jack Daniels, 100%. I agree. What other whiskey do you guys like? Hoppy's been introducing me into bourbon. Weller, that was some good shit we drank in Minnesota. I honestly just really love Japanese whiskey. And if you check out the City Life Project YouTube channel, my vlog channel, we do some whiskey tastings on that channel. Hello, I remember preferring to drink my milk out of a bowl when I was younger. It's the same thing. And if you want to get all hipster about it, you get the aroma of the beer first before you have the taste. It's hipster as fuck and I love it, okay? Centering pass by the Swiss. And the puck is covered by the American goaltender. I mean, proof's in the pudding here, folks. Look at how well the Swiss players are playing against the Americans right now. And we're just shy of 5. Actually, I think we're 5 minutes into the first period. Sean, what's going on? I thought you served your beer in bags in Canada. In Ontario, they literally have milk bags. Like you get your milk in bags, which is completely fucked. No, we get our beers in. You like that sound? 7-4, the boys USA, USA. Bullet bourbon is good. Ooh. I'm bookmarking that. Liam, do you have a link for the game? Yes, I do. Give me a sec, Liam. If anyone needs a link for the game, hit me up. Give me like a minute or two to find it. But I will get it to you here. Oh, it's you, Integrity Farms. Oh my God. I'm so fucking happy. I'm so fucking happy that it is you. Don't worry, I won't spoil it to Hoppy. Oh, this is amazing. You can see my reaction right now. I should make a video and post it on the SodaPod channel that's just like Isha's reaction when he finds out who Tegrity Farm is. Oh my God. Oh my God. You just made my fucking day, bro. You just made I won't reveal who you are, but you just made my fucking day. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, give me 2 seconds to find this link. Oh, I'm so fucking happy right now. I'm even typing. I'm so fucking happy right now. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, let me find this link for all you folks. I kind of know where it is now in the group chat. A friend of mine found a link for us. By the way, shots 3-3 Switzerland, USA. Score still 0-0. Cross-check by Switzerland. Did that go high? Did that clip the American high? No call. Wow. And there we go. Matthew. He's probably steaming at the IIHF officials right now. 11:40 left in this first period. Again, shots 3 apiece. The Americans in the Swiss zone. I got one eye on the game and one eye scrolling up Twitter because I want to find this link for our friends. I'm almost there, folks. It is right. Oh, did I miss it? No, I got it. Boom. All right, folks, if you need a place to find this game, and thank you, everybody, joining us live here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. We do NCAA streams, Team USA streams, as well as Minnesota Wild streams on this channel. We post a lot of clips from our podcast, as well as a lot of craft beer content. Shout out Back Channel Brewing. Let's frickin' go. I'll get back to the comments here in a sec. For those who need a place to watch this game, here it is. I threw it in the chat. You can find the game there. You better fucking like and subscribe on your podcast app to the SodaPod in exchange, though. Isha, I showed my friend your maple syrup video recently. He liked it. No way. The maple syrup video on the City Light Project YouTube channel. Yes, during winter, the co-creator of the channel and my bandmate Kyle Mudge and I, we literally tapped some maple trees and made some maple syrup. I had it on my French toast. The Swiss always make a surprise for everyone. So do Latvians. Latvians more so as of late, though. The Swiss have kind of always done it a little bit. But yes, but agree, the Swiss and Latvian programs have come so far. It's one of the few hard liquors I can drink straight up. I really like drinking straight vodka, and also gin's not my favorite, but I like a good gin on the rocks. If someone pours me a gin on the rocks, I'm not even thinking, I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm down. Speaking of the boys, that is a great show for you and Hoppy to get into. It's on Netflix, right? Tegrity saw my... Oh, Tegrity, I'm still bummed we didn't get to meet up when I was in Minnesota. Honestly. I think did we both have too many drinky poos? Buddy, I can't wait for... And Integrity Farms, by the way, subscribe to my vlog, the City Life Project YouTube channel. I'm about to post my 3-part, that's right, 3 15-minute episodes of my vlog throughout Minnesota. The part where I'm at the X, watching the game where Ryan Hartman flipped Evander Kane the bird, I was sloshed, bro. So by the second period, I don't even remember checking my phone. So I am so sorry that we didn't get to meet up, brother. But I cannot wait to meet up when I hit up Minnesota again soon. Jamie, what's going on, Jamie? Thank you so much for joining. Folks, I commented in the live chat here where you can watch this game if you do not have NHL Network and if you're not in Canada watching on TSN4. You're a Stars fan, by the way. Well, I mean, I can see that by your profile picture. You got the Dallas Stars cover, or Dallas Stars colors, I should say. 9:47 left in this first period. This is amazing. Keep the comments coming, folks. The chat is buzzing. If you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter, by the way, migrate over to YouTube. I'm just so pumped. Integrity Farms made my day. This is amazing. I'm reading your comment. I'm reading your message on Twitter right now. Oh, dude. I love it. I love it. Dude, oh man, I won't read your comment out loud, but I love it. Like, no wonder you're a SodaPod fan, dude. Beers on me. You know, Matthew knows beers are on me too, but bro, Integrity Farms, you're fucking, you can see You can see how pumped I am. You can see how pumped I am. I had no idea it was you. No idea. Like, last person on my radar, to be perfectly honest. And that's no disrespect. It's no disrespect. You know that. Oh, my God. What a day. What a day, folks.
Emotional damage.
Shots 5-3 for the Swiss as they're in and get another shot on the American goaltender. Damn. Honestly, if that Swiss player would have tried to pass it, who knows if it would have been successful or not, but he would have tried to pass it to his left, as we're looking at the replay right now, number 8 for the Swiss. Actually, no, there's an American checking him pretty well there. Never mind. Oh, the comments are coming in. I absolutely love it. Imagine Latvia goalie performing like this for Slovakia, like they did against Canada. Hey, it could happen. Look, the Swiss are out shooting the Americans right now. Look, you can't count out Switzerland. I was talking to actually Spoke Z. If you guys are fans of the podcast, which you should be since you're on the SodaPod YouTube channel or watching via the SodaPod on Twitter, I was just talking to Z prior to jumping on this recording. And he was saying that, like, you know, the Swiss are good. They could be surprising, but he still thinks the Americans trounced them. I'll explain my gripe in better detail at some point. It has more to do with the botch review than missed plays or missed calls during plays. Fair enough, but I mean, hey, it's something there. It's something. Oh, my God. The glare. The glare from my stupid blinds, bro. Oh, I don't get what Tegrity Farms did. I'm so lost. That's okay. It's kind of an inside joke. Don't be horrible. Basically, Tegrity Farms, he's on Twitter. And he's on YouTube here. And Hoppy is convinced that I am Tegrity Farms. It's a burner account. And the person who operates it just messaged me. And I know who they are. And I didn't think it was them. And also, he's just a lit guy. I just can't believe it. What a day. What a day. Reconnecting me, don't be horrible. Obviously, connecting with Matthew like we do every day. Matthew, I promise I'll jump on one of your spaces soon, brother. I promise. It's just always it's just not even the wrong time. It's the right time for you. It's just a bad time for me. But I promise, no matter how fucking stoned I am next time on the couch watching It's Always Sunny or prepping for another stream or work the next day, because I actually have some work now, folks. I am part-time employed, not from YouTube, with an actual company. Hope they're not watching this. But anyways, Matthew, long and short of it, no matter how stoned I am, I'll make sure to jump on your spaces. One time I was actually baked in Minnesota. And I jumped on Jesse's spaces. We just talked. I think it was just her, me, and 2 other amazing Minnesota Wild Twitter folks. And we just talked about hockey. We talked about life. We talked about It's Always Sunny. To be honest, I don't remember because I was just eating those Dots Fire pretzels. Shout out the Dots pretzels in Minnesota. I've been jonesing for Quick Trip breakfast and Dots pretzels since the moment I hopped on the plane back to British Columbia. All love, my man. We'll get acquainted soon, my boy. I'm fucking pumped. Oh my God. We'll bring in Hoppy and his brother too, because we're just with the coup that you just laid on us, dude. I mean, we all owe you a round. Feels so out of place watching Team USA without Canada playing. It feels like foreign, to be honest. Hey, well, I'm here, so can't feel that foreign. Or wait, maybe I am. I'm half Persian. My mom's American, and I was born in Canada. Some might call me a mutt. Some might call me foreign. I'll leave that to you. Slavkovsky, Nemec, and Chromiak was playing for Slovakia against Canada. That would be a very different score. I agree. We have a high sticking call here on number 18 for USA. So the first power play for Switzerland, and this is what I said going into this game. So listen up, everybody. Switzerland looks better 5-on-5 than they do on their power play. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I swear to you, it's true. I remember that one. You still work in media? Do you work from home? Oh boy. I started my own company, Mountain Sound Media and Consulting. I do consulting gigs part-time, and I'm working with Jam Street Media right now on operating their streams, and working with them, doing some consulting work with them. Also working with some local companies here on the island and helping them with social media, just some contracting work. So yes, I'm doing media. And then I'm doing a ton of streaming and a lot of video and filming and video editing. Rusty as fuck, what is going on? I remember you, Rusty. Watching from Bellingham. Big fan of the pod and Wild. Our prospects have looked decent so far, except Lambos getting walked. Hey, Rusty, speaking of, I'll buy you a beer, Oprah style. I'm passing through Bellingham in a week. No joke. In a week, I'm passing through Bellingham. I have some family in the States. I'm actually going and visiting them. So hey, hit me up at the Soda Pod or at VI Sports Talk on Twitter. Let's fucking connect. I'll buy you a beer. To say thank you for supporting the Soda Pod, I will buy you a beer. Another West Coast Wild fan. Let's fucking go, Rusty. 30 seconds left on the power play for Switzerland. Their power play is looking much better against the Americans than it did against the Swedes, ladies and gentlemen. You seem so busy. Short-handed opportunity by the Americans, and the backhand goes wide. The backhand goes wide. Switzerland still has it. Switzerland trying to get a breakout going, but the Americans still on them. I was critical of their power play, and by no means is it fancy, or was it even a good power play. But that looked 1,000 times better than it did in Sweden. Yeah, I keep myself busy, man. I'm not a sit on the couch and watch Netflix despite my stoner comments there. That's like midnight. End of the day. Can't prep anymore. Can't work anymore. Trying to go to sleep. You're a better YouTuber than the whole THPN combined. Whoa, that's a... I don't know about that. Dylan's unbelievable. Neil's unbelievable. I don't know about some of the new people there, but Neil is the face of that channel. And I fucking love Neil. So look at this. I'm just back channeled out, folks. Back channel brewery in Minnesota. Hooking me up with the beer bowl. And the freaking coaster. I have a commercial to play for back channel in this stream too, folks. Now I know we're a few months away from 420, but if you want some context on the beer bowl, there's a clip here that personifies the relationship that Americans and Canadians have. And no, it's not through our rivalry through hockey. It's through hitting beer bowls. What the fuck, Isha, you might ask? You'll see after this first period. How's that for a tease? You'll have to text Hoppy about the bourbon. Yes, or just tweet like at the Soda Pod or hit up the Soda Pod DM, because Hoppy and I both operate the Soda Pod account. But he's more the bourbon guy. I'm more the rye and Japanese whiskey guy. Hoppy got me into barrel-aged beers, by the way, folks. And on the City Life YouTube channel, my vlog where we're going to be vlogging the whole trip, or I'm going to post a vlog of my whole trip back in April in Minnesota. That's some of that. Most of that actually is going to be on the Soda Pod, but a lot of it is also going to be on the City Light Project YouTube channel. We've been doing some barrel-aged tastings. My friend Kyle, Tim, and I here on the West Coast. I can't wait to go back to Minnesota and try some of the amazing barrel-aged beers that you all have in that great state. 5 minutes left in the first period. Shot 7-4 in favor of Switzerland. Are you kidding me? Switzerland 0-for-1 on their power play. The American tried to do a nifty move there, but nice defensive play by Switzerland. Again, I watched and did a live stream of the Switzerland-Sweden game. Switzerland looked outstanding at that game and were able to actually make Sweden sweat and almost tie that game late. I believe it was like a 4-3 victory for Sweden. So this team's got dog. They just don't have great special teams, but they have a gas tank. So if they frustrate the Americans, much like Latvia did to the Canadians yesterday, this could be a long night for USA. I'd rather watch you than them. Well, thank you very much. I hope you like it as much or better. Thank you very much. Don't be horrible. I appreciate it. I'm very happy right now, and I'm just pumped to be able to do streams with all you folks again. I'm not talking bad about THPN, but I told Isha I'm loyal to him first. I'm not unsubscribing to THPN, but I won't ever watch if Isha's streaming at the same time. Well, that is loyalty, and you know what? Don't be horrible. I talked to you on Twitter as well. I got something for you for saying that, my man. I got something for you. Give me a couple weeks. But I got something for you. A little token of my gratitude. I'll join the THPN in the future, and it's true that not only in Canada. I have to go take a shower, but I'll be back. All right, Liam. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. Face off in the American zone. The Swiss have it. Send it back to the blue line. Ooh, a little too far as that goes out. No upsets, as I just heard in the broadcast here, Gordon Miller. And by the way, World Juniors without Ray Ferraro is a little weird, but it is a World Junior in August, so say la vie. He has a family. I agree with Don't Be Horrible. Also, when we go out, gotta try the barrel age somewhere in the cities. Look, Barrel Theory has some great barrel aged. Back Channel has some great barrel aged. Honestly, there's so many great breweries in the cities as well, in St. Paul and like in downtown Minneapolis, that have some unbelievable barrel age. And then there's some outside the cities as well that are amazing. So yes, we're going to continue to do our brew tours. Don't you worry. Jacob, what's going on, my man? Jacob, by the way, you're an absolute beauty. How's it going, brother? I appreciate you joining here tonight on the Soda Pod YouTube channel. And look at that, Victoria, saying hi to Jacob as well. Good night, Victoria. You'll be back next stream. Thank you so much for joining as well. Give a round of applause in the Jamaican horns again for Victoria. Good night, Victoria. World Junior this summer doesn't make sense in my opinion. Well, Tom, this is not supposed to happen. Remember, it got canceled because of COVID in December. If that didn't happen, they wouldn't be doing it in the summer. So that's the reason. Beer Bowl. Yeah. Guess who's back? Hey, Jacob, stick around for another 2-3 minutes, because after this period, before we take a break, I have a great back channel commercial, and it features the Beer Bowl, and I think you'll like it. As a Canadian and as a fan of the Beer Bowl, I think you'll like it, my man. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first period. Switzerland leads in shots, but it is still a 0-0 game. For those who are on Twitter, migrate over to YouTube and jump in the live chat. Let's join this great hockey community that we are building here. This stream wouldn't be possible, folks, without Northland Vodka, Waggle Golf, and 7th Avenue Pizza, always supporting us here and partnering with us on the Soda Pod. Waggle Golf, best damn golf apparel. The 7th Avenue Pizza, quite literally keeping Hoppy alive. And Northland Vodka, I mean the best damn vodka ever. The inspiration for the Capri Sun drink that was first formed here on the Soda Pod. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Check out our podcast, the Soda Pod 2, wherever you get your podcast from. Ooh, Cooley got his legs taken out of him. And who's that on the bench there? Sorry, I just missed that here. I'm watching the replay right now. Ooh, right to the back of the head. That wasn't called. Number 19 for Switzerland, right to the back of the head on the American. And then Cooley goes down too. Do we have any calls? Like, what's going on? Hello? Refs, hello, you're calling everything and okay, at least we got one call here. First penalty on Switzerland. We'll see the Americans power play for the first time in this game. 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this first period. In the last minute and 50 seconds, the Americans will have to work 5-on-4. No, it wasn't bourbon. It was root beer ale, and Hoppy just tweeted about it. Interesting. Switzerland are playing good against the U.S. I'm impressed. Dude, Switzerland are looking damn good in this tournament. They impressed me against Sweden, and they are impressing me against the United States here tonight. But the States are on their power play, and I'm very interested to see how it's going to work. Again, I'm Canadian. I cover an American NHL team. I drink American beer, Minnesota craft beer, and I support American companies, but I'm Canadian at the end of the day. I am more familiar with Canadian players or even international players who play in the major junior, right? That's why it's yin and yang on the Soda Pod. Hoppy's the American, USA hockey, and NCAA expert. And I'm, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I follow the CHL quite a bit, BCHL, and, as well as and I'm Canadian, so Hockey Canada. Oh, by the way, fuck Hockey Canada, like as far as like those running the show there and the board and everything like that. But I am going to wave the Canadian flag during international tournaments, much like myself. I know there's been a lot of like shit going down the States too, but all you Americans, you still show off the red, white, and blue when the Team USA hits the ice. It's the same thing with Canada and me right now. Wallstat ruined his sweet 48 save shutout by getting COVID. Wait, he has COVID? Sean, are you saying he has COVID right now? Did I miss that on Twitter today? IIHF consistency is shit. I'm not going to be able to pronounce IIHF after I finish this beer bowl. 48 seconds left in this first period. The Americans will have, like 6 to 7 seconds of power play time. They'll start 5-on-4 in the second period. Shots 7-6 still in favor of Switzerland. And this is still a 0-0 game. Also, the Swiss are trying the same strategy as the Germans to hit everything strategy. Well, that, and honestly, they have a pretty good gas tank too, because they employed a very physical and collapsing defensive heavy game against the Swedes. And it's very similar to what they were doing to the Swedes, what they're doing to the United States now today. Like the video, by the way, folks. We're trying to get to 50 likes on the video here today. Let's try to get the SodaPod account to 160 subscribers as well. That would be amazing. Oh, that was last year. I'm sorry. I'm like, what the fuck? Ooh, a little kerfuffle, a little brouhaha. What other fun fighting words you guys have that I can use? Descriptive words. And that's it for the first period, folks. Let's run down the stats here. And then hit me up with some names that you want to collectively discuss in this intermission. And we will talk about them during this live stream. And we'll highlight basically why you folks should keep your eyes on these American and Swiss players. Hell, if there's any Canadian, Swedish, Finnish players, if you follow the Wild, if there's more Wild players, much like Wallstad, who's not featuring in this game, but you want highlight in this game, drop the name, first and last name in the live chat, and we'll discuss it right after this break. I have some names I do want to highlight as well, but I want to give you all, the viewers, the opportunity to highlight the ones that you want to talk about, because it's not me talking about them. I know I'm the one talking here, but it's us discussing them, as you have, you're able to talk about anybody and converse with us here in the live chat. Matthew saying, Logan Cooley just to pump his tire. Did Riley Kidney get a point in the Canada game? Yes, everybody got a point in the Canada game. Brad Lambert. Okay, those last three, these three here, I've bookmarked them. We'll talk about them. I'm going to take a quick break in a second after we run down the stats of the first period, and then we will be right back. I'm just going to grab another can so I have one on hand to fill this beer bowl up next in the second period, and then we'll talk about some names and some players featured in this game, Team USA and Team Switzerland, that I believe you all should keep your eyes on for the duration of this tournament. Don't be horrible. This place has a rabid, in a good way, fan base. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're the man. Don't be horrible. Thank you very much. You all are beautiful.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Rusty as fuck. Petrovsky got a goal for Slovakia. Dude, Petrovsky has looked so good for Slovakia. Honestly, he looked amazing in the game that they played and almost won against the Czechs. He scored a plenty in that one. And oh man, in the last game too, it sucked that they got absolutely destroyed by Canada. Although I'm a Canadian fan, so but he looked amazing. To get him 185th overall in the 6th round, what a fucking steal. Again, rusty as fuck. If you're in Bellingham, beer's on me. I'm driving through there next week. All right, folks, let's take a look at the stats here. Then we'll take a quick break. I'm going to grab another beer. We'll be back to talk about some of these prospects, some of these players that are being featured in this game. Shots on goal 7-8 in favor of in favor of the United States, actually, with that last USA rush. Face-off wins 8 for the Americans, 3 for Switzerland, 72% to 27%. And both of these teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. So those are the preliminary stats for the preliminary period of this final game, day 3, 2022 World Junior Championships out of Edmonton, Alberta. What a fucking dump, Edmonton, Alberta. What a fucking dump. All right, folks, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side to talk about some of the players that I truly believe and you truly believe should be highlighted and that you all should keep an eye on throughout this game and the rest of the tournament on Team Switzerland and Team USA. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this.
Our focus today is men who have had unsuccessful plastic surgery. Enter Peach's All-American Sweepstakes with
Oh,
a grocery
man.
purchase of $50 or more.
Might as well just get this bowl.
Tickets to our nation's first.
The Soda Pod is proudly presented by 7th Avenue Pizza. 7th Ave Pizza produces the highest quality, best tasting frozen pizza available in the market today. If delicious toppings are what you crave, look no further. Try the meat sauce pizza today because it wails, folks. Follow them at 7th Avenue Pizza to stay current on where you can grab yours today. Get you some 7th Avenue Pizza today. Now let's get right to the show.
You guys are ready for the next level. Smaller.
I had the whole thing lined up too, folks. I was like chugging this beer when all the boys on the commercial were chugging it. I was going to come right back on the screen chugging, but I got so pumped watching that commercial for Back Channel Brewing. Our friends here on the Soda Pod, Josh and the whole gang, we love you. You guys are all beauties. That I forgot to even bring myself back on the screen. So we are back here live on the Soda Pod YouTube channel because for the Soda Pod YouTube channel, we will be streaming Team USA hockey games, NCAA Minnesota D1 games, as well as Minnesota Wild games. We'll be doing a ton of watch-alongs for those this season. So this is the first of many this 2022-2023 season. What's up, Richie? Saying Logan Cooley appreciation comment. The one true GOAT of the tournament. Damn, you're high on Logan Cooley, Richie. Damn. Mason McTavish enters the chat, dude. Mason McTavish was unbelievable. 4 goals, 2 assists against Slovakia. Mario Lemieux had 4 goals and 2 assists against Norway in 1983. And the great one, Wayne Gretzky, 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists against Czechoslovakia in 1978. Wow. So, pretty elite company. Pretty elite company for Mason McTavish. What is up, everybody? My name is Isha Jerome. Despite that clunky re-entry, this is the Soda Pod YouTube channel, and we have amazing and fun live streams for you folks. Again, every NCAA tournament and big games for the D1 teams in the great state of Minnesota. For hockey or USA hockey, both men's and women's side for international games and Minnesota Wild games, we will be streaming from this channel. All other hockey streams you can find on Everyday Hockey, so subscribe to my other channel there. And for MMA, mixed martial arts, music vlogs, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. I mean, people in the chat here were already talking about it earlier. You can go check out my personal channel, The City Life Project. You can find me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk, but check us out at the Soda Pod, wherever you get your podcast from, as well as wherever you social media from. We're on all social media. I think even we're on Instagram now. So at the Soda Pod, check us out. Guess who's back? What's up, Liam? Richie, shout out to you. Thanks for joining, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. All right, we have some names of players to highlight throughout this live stream now. So throughout the rest of this intermission and any break of play, we're going to start highlighting some of these names. I ask you deliver. You are all amazing. By the way, if you're new to the channel, again, I told you where and what kind of content we're going to be streaming, or when, sorry, and what kind of content we are going to be streaming throughout this season. This is the first of many live streams on the Soda Pod YouTube channel covering NCAA Minnesota hockey, women's and men's USA hockey, as well as Minnesota Wild live streams. This channel also includes clips from our podcast. So go listen to our podcast if you're a craft beer and Minnesota Wild and or just hockey fan, wherever you get your podcast from, the Soda Pod. This channel will also include a ton of beer content, beer vlogs, craft brewery walkthroughs, and sit downs with craft brewery owners, as well as a bunch of stuff, fun stuff coming soon. Original content featuring Spoke Z too. I was just talking to him before this stream. If you're a fan of the Soda Pod. So anyways, long and short of it, I asked you folks to hit me up with some names in the live chat here. And thanks for liking the video and commenting in the live chat. Some names you want us to talk about throughout the remainder of this stream. Jacob Truscott, Petrovsky, Brad Lambert, Logan Cooley, Riley Kidney, just to name a few. So we'll get into them in a sec here, folks. 139 subscribers. We're trying to get to 160 tonight, folks. Logan Cooley, going to play for the University of Minnesota this season too. That's amazing. Oh, I knew that. Let's go Gophers, baby.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucking.
Xanify, damn, much more than just a hockey channel, I see. Yes, so the Soda Pod YouTube channel is it's the extension. The Soda Pod YouTube channel is new, folks. It's an extension of the podcast. I've been doing the Soda Pod YouTube or the Soda Pod podcast for almost 4 years now. That podcast covers Minnesota hockey, primarily Minnesota Wild and NHL hockey, but Minnesota hockey as well as NHL prospects, craft beer, and more. So by extension, that's what the YouTube channel is. So yeah, you can see we just started the YouTube channel. There's a little bit of a sample for everyone. There's a little bit of sample of what we do with what we've been doing with the craft breweries, what we've been doing with our Soda Pod YouTube clips. Why can't I say that? What we've been doing. It's harder to say than Rick Ramsey. Shout out Rick Ramsey. And then also, of course, live streams here covering NCAA, USA hockey, USA international hockey, and of course, Minnesota Wild hockey games. I have a ton of prospects now that I have bookmarked all those comments. We will get to them in a break of play and in the next intermissions here, I promise. But Xanafied, check out some other content of mine. Everyday hockey, I stream every day. Any day that there's World Juniors and NHL content outside of what I said throughout the Soda Pod. And MMA streams as well on the City Light Project YouTube channel. Oh, Rusty, yes, we will 100% talk about Brock Faber. You may disagree with me, but I think Latvia deserves to be in the World Junior every year. But my problem is there's only 10 teams in Russia and Belarus were banned. Yes. Well, put it this way. Latvia is mostly in every year, but they have to earn the spot, right? It's relegation. It's not like look, the IIHF doesn't pick and choose. USA on the power play, actually, sorry again here, is we're 1 or 30 seconds into the second period, and Switzerland. Remember, Switzerland actually takes another. Wow. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention right away in the first 30 seconds. I thought I could miss 30 seconds here, checking the comments here, but clearly not in the World Junior Championship games. All you need to know, Switzerland, they are shorthanded right now. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the U.S. power play. U.S. just trying to exit their zone. So I don't. It's not that I disagree with you, Tom Keaston. It's that if the program gets to a point where it deserves to be there every year, they will be there every year because they'll win and they won't be relegated. Rusty again, Captain Faber, let's fucking go. 140 subscribers, 20 more to 160. Let's freaking go, folks.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Whiskey 7 has been acquired. Cheers, buddy. Nice shot by the Americans there. Even nicer save by the Swiss goaltender. Some players on the Swiss team, folks, that I think you should keep your eyes on. Simon Knack, now entering his 5th tournament as Sweden's captain. He's played in the WHL and in the Swiss Pro League. He's played in Davos. He's played with the Portland Winterhawks off and on in his last 4 years. So this guy's a hell of a player. Brian Zanetti, another guy you should keep your eye on for Sweden. Plays with the Peterborough Petes of the QMJHL. $13 seconds left on the power play for the Americans here. Didn't get anything done there. Shots 10-7. The Americans lead, but the score is still 0-0. The Americans still in the Swiss zone. 3 seconds to work on the power play. Can you get one more shot? Cross ice. Didn't get off fast enough in a glove save by Switzerland. It is 5-on-5 now, face off in the Swiss zone. I'm going to throw some other names, guys, for you here for Switzerland quick before we move on to just the ones that you commented in the live chat. And I'll get back to your comments here in a sec. Audrey Hanur plays for SC Bern. Kevin Patchy, Omaha Lancers of the USHL, and Noah Patinode of the St. John Sea Dogs of the QMJHL. Those are 3 goaltenders at this tournament for Switzerland. Again, Zanetti playing for the Winnipeg Ice of the WHL. He's the big defenseman for them. Arno Nussbaumer, though. Keep an eye out for him. He plays for EV Zug. Another big and, another solid, actually, defender. As far as the forwards, other ones to highlight. Joel Henry. Tim Mugli is just an all-name team. Fabian Ritzman, he was good in that game against Sweden. So anyways, those are some names from Switzerland you should keep your eye on. If you hear them, be like, oh yeah, you should talk about them. I'll hit up DB and check it out. Cheers, buddy. Awesome, will do. Thank you. Best of luck with the channel. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. You're awesome. You get the Jamaican horns again. I can't wait for you folks, if you dig what I do here, to check out the City Life Project YouTube channel too, because that one's like my artistic baby. This one's my Minnesota and craft beer baby. And then everyday hockey. Well, I just stream hockey for fun and hang out with cool people. So there you go. The Swiss are giving us a hard time like against Sweden. Dude, the Swiss look damn good, but the Americans now leading in shots here. So number 30, who's in net for Switzerland? Okay. Yeah, he's been damn good. Poshik takes it square in the max. That's how you pronounce it. I mispronounced it earlier, but hey. Can you blame me? Still 0-0. It's crazy. I hope Perk can get back in next game. Yes. I hope he does as well. Shots 14-7 in favor now of the USA. However, it is still a 0-0 game. By the way, if you're seeing us on Twitter, migrate over to YouTube and join the live chat. It is fire. We have a great hockey community that we're building, not only on the Soda Pod, but also on everyday hockey. You all are amazing. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. The Soda Pod, wherever you get your podcast from. Shout out to Back Channel Brewing, by the way, with the beer bowl. I didn't even tag them in this in the Twitter post, but I should. It's awesome to hear Gord Miller on the broadcast here, but it's so weird not to have Ray Ferraro as the color guy. But I get it. Ray Ferraro, I mean, he has kids. It's his summer too. 16:22 left in this second period. Switzerland now did a good job. I mean, with one player, as the rest of his team was getting a change there. Gains the offensive zone, gets a shot off in the offensive zone, and now Switzerland gets a face-off in the American zone. Man, the Switzerland team has really surprised me in this tournament. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this entire stream. They looked incredible against Sweden, and they're looking very, very good against the Americans now. Every moment the Americans don't score, every minute this game goes on, you got to think that Team Switzerland is just gaining more confidence, going, you know, we almost came back against Sweden. And right now, we're really giving the Americans a lot of trouble. Unbiased opinion, Pert had 2 terrible turnovers, but he was good outside of those 2 turnovers. I agree. I only noticed really one of the turnovers when I was watching the highlights. Highlights, lowlights, extended game, whatever, recaps. What time zone am I in? Pacific time. I am on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, the Hawaii of Canada. Hoppy's out in Minnesota. He's there on the ground. See, that's how important and dedicated we are in the podcast. We make sure it's not just an American bias podcast, nor just a Canadian hockey bias podcast. We got a mix of both. We got a mix of both with Hoppy covering NCAA. Oh, and Mazer now holding. Team Switzerland goes back on the penalty kill. USA back on the power play. Yeah, clear holding there as the US player tried to gain the zone. Back to what I was saying about my co-host on the Soda Pod. He's in Minnesota. He grew up in Minnesota. American hockey and NCAA. It's that good perspective there, right? Where Canadian hockey and Major Junior and Junior A out west here. That's my thing. We both love the NHL. We both have other teams we follow outside the Wild, and we both have fallen in love covering the Wild. So it's just a cool yin and yang type of kind of podcast co-host thing we got going on there. Troy, what's up going? What's up, Troy? How's it going? I was going to say, what's up going? I got to commit there. How much percent is this again? How's it going, Troy? Troy, the Wonder Boy. Thank you for joining us here, buddy. 141 subscribers. That is amazing. I mean, shout out to everyone who's joined us live here on the Soda Pod. If you haven't already checked out the podcast, please do. If you check out the podcast and are pumped to see like who are the faces behind the channel, that's my face. What is up? What is up? Excited to meet you officially here on this live stream. We'll be doing a ton of Team USA, both women's and men's live streams, NCAA and Minnesota Wild live streams throughout this entire season. This is the first of many. Anybody else fearful about the States team this year? Certainly doesn't look as dominant as the past. It doesn't, But maybe the Swiss team is just surprising them, because the Swiss team kind of surprised Sweden also and caught them off guard. Sweden ended up winning this game. I didn't watch the game against the Germans. I'm not going to lie, just watch some highlights. So I don't know just how bad it was at times or how uneasy you Americans were feeling. I have to say, as a Canadian watching the Latvian game, I was blown away what the Latvians were able to do. But I was talking to Spoke Z, who is the host of Judd's Buds here on the Soda Pod podcast feed. And he was saying that it was more so just a bad night. But, you know, tip your cap, stick your... Oh, there we go. Just what we're saying. America scores. Kevin, keep dropping the comments like that. USA 1-0. I'm a Red Wings fan. Well, Troy, thank you very much for joining. Man, the Detroit Red Wings have an incredible prospect pool. You got Columbus, Detroit, Anaheim, Ottawa, and Buffalo right now. And you know what? We'll throw the New Jersey Devils in there as well. Those are going to be some incredible teams in 2 to 3 years. 142 subscribers. Let's go. Let's try to get to 160, folks. We're trying to get to 160 subscribers here tonight. Nah, the Americans wore them down. USA. USA. What the fuck happened, said Rusty. 18 shots to 11 for the Americans. They're starting to get their groove on. They're shaking off some cobwebs here today, waiting to dress for this game late in Edmonton. And what the fuck? I told you guys, Edmonton sucks. There's nobody in the stands. Now I get it. It's August, hockey in August. Everyone's camping, whatever. It's only warm in Edmonton for like 3 months in August. But you're hockey fans. What is this? Sorry, G's K's. I totally forgot about the Kings. You are totally right. The Kings are in there as well. And you know what? God damn it. It's bad that I forgot the Kings, because if you listen to the Soda Pod, you'll know Hoppy's a lot higher on the Kings than I am, but we both agree that their prospect pool is unbelievable. What's the time left? What's the time left in the game or in this period? We're about 5 minutes into the second period, sir. Troy, do you need somewhere to watch this game? Because if you do, we can help you there. Edmonton's a terrible city. Yes, it is. Calgary's sweet. I love Calgary. I lived in Calgary for almost 3 years. I met Kyle, the co-creator of the channel, The City Life Project, and my bandmate. He's a Calgarian. I love the people in Calgary. I love the city. I think it's one of the best cities in Canada. I mean, it looks, you know what? Calgary reminds me a lot of Minnesota, and I say that in the best possible way. I mean, there's not a lot of cowboys in Minnesota, but just as far as how the city's laid out and looks, the weather, but just how, I don't know, how great the people are. I enjoyed every moment of my time in Calgary. Edmonton, I hated it. I hated every second of it. I shouldn't say that, actually. I went to a couple concerts in Edmonton. Yeah, the first girl I kissed at a club was in Edmonton. Bought her a second drink, and then she slapped me in the face for some reason. I didn't even say anything. Anyways, that night was actually pretty cloudy, so I'm sure some of the people I was with said something, and I took the brunt of it. Took one for the team. Edmonton is like the Philly of Canada. Just joking. You're not wrong. Kings minus Faber. Yeah.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Exactly that.
Rusty, you're an absolute beauty. I love it. Ducks Kings rivalry in 3 years? Absolutely, man. Well, Ducks, Kings, Seattle, Canucks, they're all going to be fighting there. You may be the most American Canadian I've ever come across, but I'm here for it. Well, you didn't watch me in the Canadian stream when I had a Canadian hoodie on, my Hockey Night in Canada hat, and a Canadian flag waving it at every goal. However, I do... Well, you know what, Xanafied? Put it this way. My mother is American. My father is Persian, but I was born in Campbell River, British Columbia, and I fucking love this province, and I'm Canadian, culturally and, born and bred to the core. So I'm a fucking mutt of culture. So that comment is dead on. You may be the most American Canadian I've ever come across, but I'm here for it. Shout out to you. Let's fucking go. I probably consume more hippie lettuce than the average American, but hey, that's my Canadian talking. Yeah, I could use a way to watch if possible. VI reminds me a lot of Duluth. Yeah, man. You know what's funny, Matthew? You know what's funny? Nanaimo, British Columbia, where I am broadcasting out of right now, is literally called the Harbor City, much like Duluth. Troy, I will get you that in a moment, my friend. Montreal's my favorite Canadian city. Montreal's an absolute beautiful city. Montreal is a beautiful city. Toronto is a great city. I just rip on Toronto a lot. Nice save by Switzerland again, and a little brouhaha in between the whistle. What are some? Vancouver is a beautiful city too. Victoria is another great Canadian city. It's a small Canadian city. It's a small SMOL Canadian city, but it is beautiful. Winnipeg has filled the Philly position. Oh man. Yeah. Bellingham is literally Duluth. Rusty again. I'll buy you some beers driving through Bellingham next week. What's up, RJ? Depends on the state for the smoking. No, I know. I mean, Washington is pretty much British Columbia, right? Minnesota actually is pretty much British Columbia minus the weed stuff. Although I heard edibles are going to be legal in Minnesota, but not flower. That's what they call it here. I still can't. That's the American in me. I'm like, you fucking hippie. Stop saying flower. It's weed. Call it what it is. Vancouver is like Honolulu a little. No. No, absolutely not. It is not. Vancouver Island is the Hawaii of Canada, not Vancouver. See, now you're getting me fired up about Vancouver. I didn't want to talk about Vancouver. Oh my God, Swiss tie this game. Can you believe it? On the 12th shot after not getting a shot for like 5 fucking minutes, Switzerland ties this game. Edibles are legal now. I'm moving to Minnesota tomorrow. I actually like the flower more than the edibles, personally, because I'm getting too old for that shit. Uh-oh, says Kevin. No shot. Wow. 5-hole. Number 7 for Switzerland. Okay, Troy, I'm going to find you that stream. Give me 1 second, buddy. I'm sorry I got sidetracked here. There's goals. There's city talk. City Life Project, baby. Originated out of Calgary, actually. That's where the name came out of. Where Kyle and I had a band in Calgary, and we were called the City Life Project, which is why we named the YouTube channel that. Give me 2 minutes, Troy. I'm going to find you this link. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. 11:16 left in the second period. It is a 1-1 game. Switzerland 12 shots to the U.S. 20. The Switzerland goaltender having a hell of a game. Joel Henry, unassisted, 8:25 into the second period. And we talked about him moments ago, earlier in the live stream, as one of the Swiss players you should keep an eye on. By the way, shout out to Integrity Farms again, too. I still can't believe you are who you are. Integrity Farms is a hockey burner account, a good friend of ours on the Soda Pod. Found out who the person was behind that account. It actually is a friend of ours on the Soda Pod, so I'm just swooning so much. Oh man, I went too far. It's in a group chat. My friend dropped me a link. I should just memorize it by now. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm dropping in the chat here for you, Troy. Oh, Troy, I appreciate you joining us here, brother. Come back anytime to the Soda Pod YouTube channel, the City Life Project YouTube channel, or Everyday Hockey. All right, here's the link, brother. Well, I won't give you the link, but you'll see it here. I don't want YouTube to think I'm doing any funny business. I'm not. On a rolling puck, too. Nice puck control by the kid. Yeah, he's legit, man. He's legit. I knew the Swiss would score. That one was for Fiala. R.I.P.
Emotional damage.
Can't believe Swiss is hanging in. Like, I guess they're not just hanging in. Despite what the shot discrepancy is, the Swiss are actually playing a tremendous hockey game. Can you please talk about True Scott will be the perfect D partner for Hughes and Canucks will win the cup soon? Fucking right. Let's go. Okay, I will. I promise I will in the intermission. This intermission. I know I missed in the last one. I promise I will in this one. Swiss shocking. It isn't way more legalized globally since Canada did it. Yeah, in Canada, they made it cheaper than street price by a long shot, and they still tax the fuck out of it, dude. They're still making billions of dollars off of it. It's helping Canada get out of a recession. And you still get it cheaper than booze. If anything, it dropped. Not that I know, because like this is just what I hear. I don't. Again, this is perfect. But like from the articles that I've read and everything, because I'm being perfectly serious. I have no idea what bud costs on the street in Canada now because it's perfectly legalized, right? But from what I read, actually, and I read an article, and this was right when it was legalized. So it was 2017. Even in the first year, how it shook up the economy up here in the best possible ways was crazy. No problem, Troy. 9:04 left in this second period. Shots 12-21 for the USA, but the game is tied 1-1. 22 likes. Let's get the video to 50, folks. I know we can do it. I would not be surprised if the Swiss actually take this. So what are the U.S. doing wrong against Switzerland right now, folks? I have my thoughts, but I want to hear from you. Are you planning to stream the Latvia-Slovakia game tomorrow? What's the schedule tomorrow? I think I'm going to do 2 games tomorrow, I think. I don't know if I'm probably going to do afternoon streams tomorrow, to be honest. And I'll probably do them on the Everyday Hockey account. Let's see the schedule for tomorrow. All right. Okay, tomorrow. Austria, Sweden, Slovakia, Latvia. I might even do both of those games, to be honest. I'm going to do both those games, I think, on the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel. And a U.S. score! With a shot on net and a rebound, the U.S. score! Hughes on the ice, Faber on the ice. Let's freaking go! Shots 22-12 for the US of A. The captain scores this one. Oh my God, that's amazing. And here we go. We're watching the replay right now. So Faber waits. Oh, Faber! Did Faber shoot that? He did! It was Faber who got that clean! I was waiting to see if it was a tip by number 19, but no. Faber gets that clean. Let's go, baby! Sean, what's going on, Peanut Butter Man? US is getting beat up by the big bodies of the Swiss. Go USA! 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 Brock Faber, baby! Rusty! The Fiala curse has turned back around. Maybe it'll sound dumb, but America isn't very physical. Well, not this team. Not this team. Canada isn't this year either. The European teams are way more physical. Fuck yeah for Faber. What a sniper. That was beautiful. Picked his shot. That was tremendous.
Oh, my God.
Tremendous shot by Brock Faber. Future Minnesota Wild star. Current USA hockey star. And he's staying with the Gophers for another season. Let's go. So yeah, tomorrow, Austria, Sweden, and Slovakia, Latvia. I'll try to do both of those games, folks. I think Hoppy and I are going to record some SodaPod content for the YouTube channel in the morning, so stay tuned for that. And then sometime tomorrow, too, I have to record a new Friday Fights video for the City Life Project YouTube channel. I could pull an all-nighter and do that tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Shout out to everyone joining, by the way. You guys are absolute beauties. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. The Soda Pod podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from. The YouTube channel is just an extension from the podcast. We stream NCAA streams, USA hockey streams, and Minnesota Wild streams on this channel. We post podcast clips and original craft beer content from our interviews and walkthroughs in various Minnesota and British Columbia craft breweries. Shout out back channel, Brewing for the Beer Bowl. Oh, Brock Fabe. Oh, man. Amazing. I get it that there are some that says Team USA is a dirty team, but not really. No, I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. The development program is awesome. Chipotle is the US sponsored. That's fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing. Y'all like things big. I shouldn't rip on Chipotle, actually, because when I was in Minnesota, the day after, I went to the Excel Energy Center and got absolutely tanked. Went to Tom Reed's before and after, met up with the 10K boys there. No idea how I got home. Split my knee open, hit a back channel in the morning, and lupulin in the evening. Went up on our way, to St. Cloud, and actually went to Lupulin Brewery, and I was so hungover the whole day. Managed to be professional, did some content still. It wasn't until I ate Chipotle at 5 p.m. that I was like, I am alive. Didn't help that I continued to drink barrel-aged, like 16, 17% beers, visiting Lupulin and back channel. I want Chipotle every time I watch USA. Well, then it's doing its job, eh, Matthew? It's doing its job. Buddy, I want Quick Trip every time I think Minnesota. I tried to make my own tater tot sticks. It was an absolute disaster. No, Chipotle does have good food, I'm not going to lie. It's just like, Americans are bigger than Canadians. I don't want to be rude, but that's the joke in Chipotle. I mean, there's Chipotle in some big cities in Canada. It's just big food, portions-wise. But everything's bigger in the States. That's the thing. Except how the hockey players are playing tonight. The Swiss are playing bigger than the hockey players here. But the States, they regain the lead here, folks. 22 shots to 13. Whoa, what a cross pass. And Faber scores again. Okay, no, Faber passed it. Who's this, number 34? Holy shit. That happened so fast, folks. Was Faber not even part of the assist there? I got to rewatch that. That happened so fast. I thought that was Brock Faber who came up. Slagger, that's who it was. Oh my God. Okay, so Faber comes up, passes it. Slager to Mazer. Wow. Unbelievable. Chipotle is slightly healthier, I'll say, though. No, it is, totally. Again, I'm just... That was a bad example, okay? I shouldn't have said anything. You're right. If it was Subway, we could just all dog Subway, because Subway's fucking disgusting. USA. Call me big? Calling you Jif? Chipotle accepts the blame for it. I missed all these comments. I'm sorry. Bruh, I stop there every day. I want Quick Trip. I love Quick Trip. Let's fucking go. It's a sour cream that gets you. That's true. That's true, Rusty. And the cheese. I usually swap cheese for avocado. I said avo in the States and everyone was rolling their eyes at me. They're like, you fucking hippie. Shout out to Sean, by the way. It's good to see you, brother. I'm not a fan of Subway, and it's given me food poisoning a few times. It's like sandwiches that smell and taste the same, but not in a good way. like its own distinct like McDonald's type of taste. It's the fast food sandwiches. I don't know. I mean, are we going to talk about food or we can talk about hockey? I mean, we can talk about food if you want. I mean, this is my fault for the Chipotle comment, so I accept that. Captain Faber making the trade worth it 1 point at a time. You know, Rusty as fuck will agree, and I agree as well. 3 goals in the last 6 shots by the Americans since Switzerland tied this game. Since then, 6 shots, 2 goals. Shots 23-14 in favor of the Americans, and they're up by 2, 3-1 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. Fiala, who? Can't go wrong with a meatball sub at Subway. Just saying, well, I make my own meatball sub, so I will never buy one at Subway, to be perfectly honest, and I make a damn good meatball sub. I like cooking too, folks, so I don't eat out often, personally. Panda Express, I hear it's good. Shane said it was really good too, my friend Shane. I think I've had it once in Seattle, maybe. JK, love me some Kev. Dude, I love Kevin Fiala too. I liked him when he was with Nashville. I thought that was a tremendous trade when they got him in Minnesota, and he played damn good in his time there. Another shot, rebound, and save. The Swiss's goaltender has his helmet off. USA with another final push late in the second period to try to go up yet another one in this game. So it's 25-14 for the Americans, 3-1 on the scoreboard. Oh, man, Swedish meatballs. Chef's kiss. Red Barn, on the other hand, has great sons. Oh, my God, Matthew. Matthew knows. Well, he doesn't know because he didn't get to experience, but I told him. Red Barn is the reason I promised myself and everybody watching, I will never eat at Subway again. The fact that a Red Barn exists means that they're like, just fuck Subway, man. I'll only go to Red Barn. And when I eventually end up in Minnesota, I will only go to a sandwich shop in Minnesota. That is not named Subway. I will find my Red Barn of Minnesota, whether it's in St. Paul or Minneapolis. I will find it. USA getting slightly more physical. Subway meatball sub. No. That's one of the 2 sandwiches that gave me food poisoning, was the Subway meatball sub and just a cold cut. Yeah, they say eat fresh. Let me tell you, I was the farthest thing from fresh both of those evenings. And I was driving home to Victoria. I'm on one of the most sketchy highways on this island, going through a mountain pass, and I'm literally shitting my pants. Oh, it was a bad time. The fact I debated running 2 miles for a sandwich confirms the hype. There you go. There you go. Subway and Tim Hortons sandwiches were money when we were kids. Now they both blow goats. G's Keys, I couldn't agree more.
Exactly that.
Subway soup and sandwich growing up was so good. Now, I mean, Tim Hortons was bought by I believe an American Brazilian company that owns Burger King. And Subway, yeah, they just went full franchise way too fast, McDonald's style. Red Barn is just a small chain on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. That makes, honestly, and no bias, they are the best sandwiches ever. They're like stacked this big cartoon Scooby-Doo style. Oh, and off the post, a shot from the Americans. Switzerland has the puck now, trying to get something going in the last 3 minutes of this game. Just unbelievable, very, very good produce. Farm fresh products in this sandwich, whether it's your cold cuts, your meats, the thickest, most amazing smoked bacon you can ever have, avocado, amazing honey mustard sauce, honey Dijon sauce. Oh my God, I'm just dying. Baked brie cheese on top. Like, these are the best goddamn sandwiches ever, folks. Ever. I used to go hiking, then I would go swimming at the bottom of this mountain, and Red Barn's right at the bottom of the mountain, and I'd go eat a monster sandwich. It was for an amazing, it was for a pop, kettle chips, a bag of kettle chips, and a sandwich. It was like $8.99 Canadian, where everything's more expensive. Merino subs in Northeast Minneapolis. Oh shit! I am bookmarking that. I can't wait to go sub hopping in Minneapolis. I went to Billy's Sushi when I was in Minneapolis. That shit was good. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. Shots 25-14 for the Americans. They lead 3-1 in this game and 4-1 in this game. A shot from the blue line, and the Americans go up 3 goals. 3 unanswered goals for the Americans. They lead 4-1 in this game. It must have got a piece of something as it deflected into the net. Swiss looked good in the first period. Then in the second period, the Americans got angry and scored 3 goals.
Let's get it on.
Whoops, wrong pad.
Exactly that.
There we go. You guys have Firehouse subs. I haven't heard of that personally. What's a Firehouse sub? 2 goals, I mean. That's the power of Captain Faber. What did I miss while I was gone? You missed the Americans scoring 3 goals, Liam. Sounds unreal. Oh, it is unreal. 24 likes. That is amazing. Actually, Da Vinci's in Bellingham is insane. Seriously, grab a Philly there on the way through. Rusty, I'm going to. I love Bellingham. I'm going to hit a couple breweries there and grab lunch. So I will 100% do that. Bellingham is one of my favorite, hipster spots of Washington. I love going to the markets there, hit up the breweries, the food there, the restaurants downtown. And the highway driving through is beautiful. I guess if you live there, it's whatever. There might not be a lot of things. There might be a drag to go into Seattle or to up to Vancouver in Canada, but I've always liked Bellingham. Buried him quick. USA, USA. 143 subscribers. Let's go. US are hungry. Much like myself, I'm starving, folks. Trying to get another one here. Should I just go full American on the stream and order some McDonald's from Skip the Dishes and just muck a Big Mac on the stream? Should I just go full American? I would order Chipotle. I would, but there's not a Chipotle where I live, and it's not on my Skip the Dishes. Or else, trust me, I would have already done that. America stepped up physically. America has shaken off whatever cobwebs they had in the first period where Switzerland was really playing and being the better team. Do you remember what my score prediction was? 9. No, I don't. I'm not going to lie. What was it? Remind me. Let me see if I bookmarked it. I didn't bookmark it because I bookmarked a ton of names. Full Sandisha. Just a smaller sub chain, but they are all over Ontario and heck yeah. Oh, you're from Ontario? Shout out to you, Xanified. Oh, Canada, baby. Let's go. Damn, True Scott range off that bar. Great shot, though. That was a beautiful shot. 20 shots this period for the Americans, 7 for Switzerland. 28 shots to 14 by the Americans. We're in the final minute of the second period, folks. Thanks to everyone joining us live here on the Soda Pod. We do NCAA streams, Minnesota Wild streams, and USA hockey streams. We do also post a bunch of clips from our podcast, the Soda Pod podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcast from. The Americans trying to get another shot on net. Good defense by Switzerland. Again, find us wherever you get your podcast from, the Soda Pod. 36 seconds left, and the Americans score another one. And another one. And another one. And another one.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, folks. Damn. This second period. Erase all the doubters who thought that Switzerland, much like myself, had any shot of winning this game. I mean, a screen goalie did not see that one coming. Hughes doing what Hughes do. Beautiful skating, a spin and a shot from the blue line. Wow, that was beautiful.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Wow. It was 9-1 USA. Okay, I thought it was 9. That was insane. 36 seconds left. The Americans are up 5-1 in this game. If Canada loses in the first round, I want you to order Subway. I'll do it. Hold me to it. Remember when Slovak got that one on Canada? Don't remind me, Rusty. I'm trying to forget that ever happened. 5-1. Faber has been the best defenseman in this tournament for America. Yes, he has been. and he's going to be a hell of a defenseman for the Gophers next year and an unbelievable defenseman for the Minnesota Wild. I said that last thing before Hughes did that. I love Hughes, by the way. I love Hughes. Quinn Hughes is one of my favorite players. Okay, there's a name that a friend of ours in this chat has been wanting us to talk about. It's a Canucks prospect, but he's on Team USA, so we will talk about True Scott. Give me 1 sec, brother. Jacob True Scott, drafted in the 5th round by the Vancouver Canucks in the 2020 draft. A U.S. development kid. Has played the last 2 years at the University of Michigan. Last year at 17 points, 2 goals in 40 games. I assume he's going back to the University of Michigan this year. Excited to see what he does there. Should I fire through a couple more of these before we take a quick break, folks? Brock Faber, let's do it. Let's talk quickly about Brock Faber. Recently acquired by the Minnesota Wild in a trade, including Kevin Fiala, former LA Kings prospect who didn't even want to play there. He didn't want to play in LA. He wanted to play back home in Minnesota, playing with the University of Minnesota and the Gophers for the last 2 seasons. 14 points last year and 32 points. He's going to be a hell of a player this year for them. Excited to see him eventually suit up for the Minnesota Wild. Who else do we have here? Petrovsky. Let's talk about him. Petrovsky. Servek Petrovsky for Team Slovakia. Drafted in the 6th round by the Minnesota Wild. 185th overall from the Owen Sound Attack of the OHL. 65 games played this year, 28 goals and 54 points for Servak Petrovsky. He has 2 points in 2 games in the World Junior Championship thus far. Hit me up with any other names you want me to highlight or discuss, players who are currently in this game right now, either Team Switzerland or Team USA. Or should I say Canada doesn't win this tournament? That'll be my bet. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't want to hear that. Let me know what you want the bet to be. 21 with the flying screen on his own goalie. Thank you for confirming how awesome the Canucks are so I can go grab Quiznos before the 3rd. Shout out to Quiznos. 1,000 times better than Subway. Let's freaking go. Also, America needs to get pucks to the point. A lot of their goals have been from distance. Great point. No pun intended. All right, let's take a look at the stats here before we take a quick break. Get some names of other players you want us to highlight in this intermission, folks. Shots on goal, 29 for the Americans, 14 for Switzerland, 17% shooting percentage for the United States, 7% for Switzerland. 13 save for the American goaltender, 24 for the Swiss goaltender. 3 penalties for Switzerland, 1 for the Americans. 1 for 3 on the power play for the Americans. 0 for 1 for Switzerland. The Americans are dominating in the faceoff dot, 77%, 27-8 faceoff. So there you go. Those are the stats coming out of the first 2 periods here on the SodaPod YouTube channel. Here on the SodaPod YouTube channel, we post clips of our podcast, original content, craft brewery sit-downs, walkthroughs, and interviews, as well as NCAA, USA Hockey, and Minnesota Wild live stream. So if you like what you see, if you dig my vibe, check us out here by subscribing, liking the video, and dropping a comment in the live chat. If you dig my vibe, check out my personal vlog channel. You can see it right down in the bar on the bottom, The City Life Project, and check me out on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. All other hockey streams outside of the NCAA, outside of Team USA, and outside of Minnesota Wild can be found on my other podcast, my 3rd and final YouTube channel, Everyday Hockey. Discuss how amazing Faber was in this game. Faber's been bullying people in the defensive zone. Not nice, Mr. Faber. Imagine when he puts on a little bit more size, too. He's unbelievable. All right. Keep the comments coming, folks. We will be right back on the other side to talk about Brock Faber, some more prospects on Team Switzerland, some more prospects on Team USA, and bring you some more third period live reaction and play-by-play to this game. This has been an unbelievable live stream. If you're on Twitter, migrate over to YouTube and join the live chat. My name is Isha Dromi. Find me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk and at the SodaPod. I will see you folks on the other side after this short break.
Hey.
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 What you guys doing?
Stuff?
I like stuff.
Support the team at Waggle Golf. Local Minnesota brand and oh so comfortable clothing. Best hats, shirts, hoodies, and more. Endorsed by Bucci Grass, Carlo Koliakovo, and most importantly, the SodaPod. Check them out at getyourwaggleon.com for the best damn golf apparel in the United States. Getyourwaggleon.com today. Now back to the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soda Pod YouTube channel. Live here, Switzerland, USA. And what a second period it was for the United States. I mean, after that first period, let's be honest, folks. You can admit it. Switzerland outplayed the Americans in the first period. The Americans went, we are better than this. And Brock motherfucking Faber, what a game. Absolute dominance. He took over this game and, has led these guys to a 5-1 lead going into this third period. My name's Isha Jerome, co-host of the Soda Pod. If you're joining us on this YouTube channel, we do USA hockey streams, NCAA hockey streams, as well as Minnesota Wild hockey streams. We post clips of our podcast, the Soda Pod, so find that wherever you get your podcasts from. It's a hockey and craft beer podcast, as well as craft beer custom content, as well as brewery walkthroughs, brewery sit-downs, brewery interviews, mostly within British Columbia and the great state of Minnesota. So Pashe, the goaltender who is in net for Sweden for the first and second period, is on the bench, and we are underway for period 3, ladies and gentlemen. We have a ton of comments here. I see my friend Andrew B is in the chat. Unbelievable. He's a built kid. Faber got some muscle already. A little more would be amazing. Don't be horrible. Yeah, you missed. I'm going to catch up with some of these comments, folks. You mixed 6 goals. I was out for a walk. It's 5-1. Andrew, what is up, Andrew? I'm so glad to see you again, buddy. I'm at my brother's cottage for 2 days yesterday. Got up till tomorrow midday. Andrew, so glad to see you live here on the Soda Pod, buddy. So glad to see familiar names are following Isha. I wish more people knew about Isha's new channels. Well, share the love. Don't be horrible. Share the love. There are going to be people that look all over. Yeah. Don't be horrible. How you doing? No, they're just talking. Isha, I miss you so much. Andrew, I miss you too, buddy. Long water break. Well, it was a water, pee break, beer break. Please hit the likes and subscribe, everybody. Let's grow the Soda Pod. Let's grow everyday hockey. And let's grow the City Life Project. I'm going to miss your sounds. Well, I'm here, Andrew. I'm no longer with THPN, but I'm still with the Soda Pod. The Soda Pod is going to be streaming NCAA streams, USA hockey streams, as well as Minnesota Wild streams. On my other channel, Everyday Hockey, I'll be streaming hockey every day for the National Hockey League and World Juniors. And on the City Life Project YouTube channel, we'll be streaming MMA streams. Switzerland in the box, taking another penalty, slashing call on the Americans. Slashing call on an American. Penalty on Switzerland. Andrew, it's so good to see you. Same with Don't Be Horrible. Shout out to everyone joining us live here on the Soda Pod YouTube channel. Like the video, drop a comment in the live chat, and you have a chance to win some prizes. Again, we will be streaming NCAA hockey, USA hockey games, as well as Minnesota Wild games on this channel. We have a ton of great podcast clip content, as well as original beer content and more coming on this channel. So thanks so much for joining. We pretty much relaunched this channel this year. So all the streaming content will be, this is the first of many starting 2022, 2023. And a shot and score! USA! 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 Wow. On the 33rd shot of this game, the USA makes it 6-1. What are they doing? Their best Canada impression here on Slovakia? What is this? By the way, about to drink a Arcus Pilsner. I love Driftwood Brewing. They have amazing can art, and their beer is just unbelievable as well. I mean, who said it? Was it Matthew? The U.S. have found success shooting the puck from the outside. Oh, right next to the face of the goaltender. I know in Canada we hit a different kind of bowls. In the US, shout out Back Channel Brewing. We hit the beer bowls. Ah. 6-1 for the American shots, 33-14 in favor of the Americans as well. The Americans have the offensive zone right now at the blue line. They want to keep shooting from the outside because they're finding success there against both of the Swiss goaltenders. USA, USA, USA. Shout out to Waggle Golf, by the way. 7th Avenue Pizza, Northland Vodka. Without them, there would be no stream. They helped make all this happen. Andrew, independent Jerome, baby. Let's go. Pills and Bowl Boys. Let's go. Pills and Bowl Boys. That's a band name. Or that's like a rap group name. That's a white boy rap group name. Pills and Bowl Boys. Cheers, buddy. I don't even golf, and I'm repping Waggle Golf. I'm even in freaking golf pants. Like, I'm literally in the golf setup right now. Look at this shit. I don't even golf. But I love their gear. It's so comfortable. Another goal starting at the point. Do you still order pizza these days? Andrew, tell the chat about the pizza challenges. Andrew, my channels aren't monetized yet. They're all under 1,000 followers. I have 3 channels I'm trying to build towards, trying to get them monetized, trying to get them over 1,000 followers. This channel, Everyday Hockey, as well as the City Life Project. I mean, once they get to 1,000 followers, then we'll reinstate the pizza challenge. How about that? But Andrew, tell the people in the chat what the pizza challenge was, because that was a load of fun. Make me the coach for the USA. I'm a genius. Let's fucking go, says Rusty. I mean, the Americans must be pumped right now. This game.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
The first period was a little bit of a scare, I have to say. We have a penalty now on the Americans. Switzerland on the power play. They haven't had any luck on their respective power play yet. Let's see if they can gain some respect back from the Americans and make this a 6-2 game in the next 2 minutes. Oh yeah, a clear tripping call there from the American. Pardon me. Man, these are amazing. Driftwood Brewing in British Columbia. I know you're not watching this stream, but these are amazing. So many plugs here. We got Driftwood plugs. We got Northland plugs. We got Waggle plugs. We got 7th Ave plugs. I wish I was eating a frozen pizza. I should have done that. I should have picked up a frozen pizza and just pretended it was 7th Ave. It's 6-1 right now. What I'm hoping is for this. Well, I shouldn't be saying this since I'm rooting for the Americans. But hey, if the Swiss want to gain some respect back from the Americans, some respect that they clearly had from them after the first period, they score another one, especially on this power play here, and make it a 6-2 game. That's what I meant. Slager with a nuke from the half wall. He's been awesome. Slager's been awesome, dude. He's had a tremendous game. I wish I had a 7th Ave. Man, I was blown away. When I went to Minnesota, I was like, and look, we work with 7th Ave, and I love Matt. I love everything they do there. But I'm going to be perfectly honest, folks. I've had some pretty good frozen pizza, here in British Columbia as well. Local companies as well in BC. One that I really like, it's upcharged way too much. It's literally $15 for this stupid ass fucking... It's incredible. Oh, it's so good. But again, it's Canada, bro. It's fucked up. Anyways, there's a few frozen pizzas here. Ones that are like way overpriced and other ones that I really, really like. And I was like, it's a frozen pizza. Like, how good can it get? No joke. When I tried that first bite, Matt, if you're watching right now, that first bite, heaven on earth, folks. It's the greatest frozen pizza I have ever fucking had. If you want to donate to Isha and to the Soda Pod, he'll order to the pizza if we get over 100 likes. Yeah, so the pizza challenge was if we get like say 50 likes like we're doing right now, I will order a pizza live on air and I'll put the toppings that people in the live chat suggest, and those who donate, because once you get monetized, you can like pay $2 for like a $2 comment, and like it gets special, it gets pinned at the top, and it gets like everyone gets to see the comment. For anybody who would give me those comments on that channel, I would put those toppings on the pizza. So sometimes I'd be ordering a pizza that was like $60. It would have like 15 or 16 crazy toppings on it. And the local pizza guy like started watching the streams because he knew what was going on. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. I have no idea. You tell me. I know you're half Persian. Isn't Persian and Arabic have similar languages? And can you understand both of them? The languages are actually very, very different. Arabic is very much like, they're very different. I guess to like, put it this way, if you heard them next to each other, you'd be like, oh yeah, they're different. As far as like the Middle Eastern languages go, night and day. Persian's a very, like Farsi is a very, because there's just various dialects as well. Farsi is a very eloquent, flowy, kind of like jujitsu, very flowy language. Whereas Arabic's very, very fucking aggressive. And no, I don't even speak Farsi. I can understand a little bit of Farsi because my dad's Persian. So growing up, like I know words and stuff like that. And, you know, visiting my aunties and uncles and cousins and stuff. Like I know some basic words. I can understand some keywords and like kind of what's going on, but I don't speak it. And no, I can tell something is Arabic, but I don't know any Arabic at all. Listen, I'm Canadian as fuck. I am plaid wearing, backwards hat wearing Canadian mafk. I am my Persian cousins, and I think out of all my cousins on my dad's side, I'm the only non-full Persian. I'm half white. The others, they're half black, and they are just like the most beautiful humans on the face of the earth. Like I love my mom too, and I mean I got good genes. I'm pretty good looking face, but they're like 7'3", just monster humans. Yeah, it's just ironic that like it's just literal opposites as far as we're the only half Persians in the family as far as the cousins. Totally opposites, which is it makes for fun jokes within the family. So anyways, there's some of my family tree right there. Delicious for the price is winning. How does 7 stack up against Haggis? Oh, I would say that it's better personally. Now Haggis has some good ones, don't get me wrong. For the most part, I'm choosing 7th Ave. It's a little bit different. It's different. It's different, and it just tastes a little bit more like if you throw a pizza together at home, but with way better sauce. And for me, the sauce makes it. Gillespie pizzas are good too. He's with the fucking Blackhawks, of course. Oh my God. All right, Matthew, fuck him then, right? But you hate all Toronto teams. Yes, I do. Maple Leafs, Argos, Toronto FC, Blue Jays, Raptors. Get the hell out of here. Subtle differences. I mean, that is true. It is a frozen pizza at the end of the day. I like how 7th Ave barely has it doesn't have a crust. So it's like a really 7th Ave. It's like a really nice thin crust pizza, but there's a lot of substance in the middle. It's not like a thin crust pizza that's just you're getting gypped there with nothing on it. Little bit of cheese, little bit of toppings. Ooh, we're thin crust. So no. You get a thin crust, a literal thin crust, and all the works in the middle. Again, Rusty, they are a partner of ours on the channel, but I'm from British Columbia. I ain't buying their shit. They ain't sending me free stuff anyway. So I would tell it how it is regardless. Their pizza's incredible, man. And like, I know you're in Bellingham, but as soon as, you go back to Minnesota, get you some 7th Ave today. Do I hate Israel? No. I don't really want to get into politics. I mean, look, the Middle East, that whole side of the world, in various regions has a lot of shit going on. Like, what, are we going to get into Hezbollah talk now? Like, come on, right? There's a lot of shit going on. I'm one of the good guys. I don't know. I study a lot of Middle Eastern and European politics in university and stuff like that. And look, at the end of the day, I winded up in media because every day I wake up at least happier in media than I do following the news and in news media and stuff like that, because we have it pretty good where we are, despite some of our hiccups in North America. Let's just say that. And we'll leave it at that. Cut that motherfucker into squares. Oh, no, Rusty. Man, I thought you were so cool up until this point. You're a squares person? Oh, one sec. Do I have the shirt handy? I should have just wore that shirt for the stream. Shout out 7th Avenue Pizza. Squares are triangle, motherfucker. Triangles every single day. Squares, you guys are psycho. Who cuts their pizza into squares? What is this shit? Come on. Come on. It's the best thin crust I've ever had. I think we get a Canada-USA rematch with Canada reclaiming gold. Let's freaking go. Toronto, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because you... Put it this way, Xanafied. I love Torontonians. I love a lot... Honestly, I love Ontario. I love all Canadian provinces. I love Ontario. Actually, Quebec. I'll bite my tongue on that one. I'm sorry. If you're from Toronto, you get it. It's Toronto Sports Network. It's Sportsnet. That's just bathed in blue and owned by Rogers. If I lived in Ontario, I wouldn't have the hate in my heart for the teams. But I'm sorry, my whole life, the sports networks in Toronto have ignored the West Coast. They've ignored the rest of Canada. You think you're Canada's sports networks, but you guys aren't. And I'm not saying you personally, Xanafied, just Toronto, TSN Sportsnet. You are Toronto. You don't care about the rest of Canada's sports. You don't care at all. And it's up to us to speak out. We are the taxpayers. This is our nation. And we only have 2 sports networks in Canada, and they're shoved down our throats and with Toronto content. That's why, from a little kid to now, I will always be very, very much the heel against the Toronto sports franchises. Anyways, this is a Minnesota Wild channel, base channel, an American channel. I'm getting all fired up as the only Canadian host. This is Hoppy's worst fear. He should have been here. Z should have at least been here too. At least one American should have been on this stream. I'm half American, but that doesn't count. At least they got some Americans featured on the table here. One Canadian just because of the hockey. We got Kirill Skywalker, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, and then a Russian. But hey, Russo's got respect for Pavel Bure. Hell no, not the squares, man. Thank you very much. McTavish and Bedard look unstoppable together. Great point, McTavish. I mean, tying Lemieux and Gretzky's records in this game. That's or in his last game with 4 points in that win against Slovakia. Truly unbelievable. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to drink both, or I'm going to eat both ways. I need to be careful how I structure sentences here. 2 hours, 14 minutes in this stream. This is, by the way, for those watching, this is my 3rd stream today, and I absolutely love it. I was on right when the World Junior starts, covered all 3 of these games. The first 2 games I covered on my channel, Everyday Hockey, which, you know what? I'll plug them in the chat here. I'll do that. And then, you know, like we said, we do NCAA, USA, and Minnesota Wild hockey streams on this channel, so I moved it over here for this one. And I'm glad I did, because we got a different crowd, more people, some more cross-promotion. You all are amazing. Shots 37 for the Americans, 18 for Switzerland, 6-1 still for the American, 9:27 left in this 3rd period, halfway through this 3rd period. Shout out to everyone joining. Rusty, you know, LaPanta eats squares. You know what? I like LaPanta, don't get me wrong. I think I've said this on the podcast before. I do really like him being a Minnesota play-by-play guy. I know he had a little bit of a slip-up on his podcast recently. Some comments that he got some backlash on Twitter from. You know what? I'll call out LaPanta too. I'll call LaPanta out on Twitter right after this stream. I don't give a fuck. Bum, 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 bum. By the way, Canada's going to win the next 2 World Juniors. I call it now. Well, I hope so. Do British Columbia ever have an earthquake? Vancouver Island has them all the time. Again, Vancouver Island is a massive island of almost 1 million people on the coast of British Columbia. 100% probably the reason I became a Leafs fan. They got me. No, and look, and I don't blame you. If you're in Ontario, by all means, be a Leafs fan. If you're in Ontario, be a Senators fan. Be a Toronto FC fan. Be an Argos fan. That's what you should be. What I hate is people in British Columbia following the Blue Jays saying that's their team. I'm sorry. Are they the regional team? Seattle's closer. And in the NBA, the Raptors are your team? No, they aren't. They're Toronto's team. Portland is closer to us. That's my stance. It's not right or wrong. That's my stance as a sports fan. How about ESPN? I don't mind ESPN, but again, I don't watch ESPN because I'm in Canada. When I go to the States, Andrew, I'll comment on that. I would come on, but I'm Dutch. Andrew's also from Ontario. We had a small earthquake in 2015. I remember made me realize how fucked we'd be if we had a major earthquake. Oh, you're from Vancouver, G's Keys. Well, a fellow West Coaster. G's Keys. Shout out Driftwood Brewing. They're really, really good. I have experienced 2 medium earthquakes on Vancouver Island. Nothing too bad. Just some shit fell off the shelves. I hid under my desk. Apparently on Vancouver Island, I've been hearing this since I was born. There's going to be an earthquake eventually here that just sinks the whole island. And no one knows when it's going to hit, or it's supposed to hit any day, like around this century. Maybe that's why the housing market's so expensive. Maybe Remax knows something we don't. I am a Vancouver Whitecaps fan. I'm not like a diehard soccer fan. My dad is a huge soccer fan first and foremost. So that was a sport I grew up watching, but even before hockey, MMA and soccer from my dad's influence. And then hockey, I found that myself being Canadian. I do support the Vancouver Whitecaps, the Vancouver Canadians of the AAA baseball as well. Hell yeah, let's go. Bro, like half the teams in the league are closer than the teams in Toronto. Right? Right? That's what I'm saying. And like any NBA fan here who in Vancouver still not salty about the Grizzlies, like, come on. TNT has a good hockey broadcast. Sorry I haven't been commenting too much on the game, but the chat's been absolutely buzzing. You all are amazing. That's what it's all about. This is a watch along. It's like we're sitting in a pub or, on the couch together watching this game. As always, if anyone wants more play-by-play, you can let me know. You can ask for it, and I will do my best. It's been a long day, though, and I appreciate you all joining us here. Like the video, by the way, folks. Subscribe to the channel. We do NCAA, USA Hockey, and Minnesota Wild watch-alongs and live streams. We also have podcast clips that we post, video clips from our podcast recordings that we post on the channel, as well as original beer content, brewery walkthroughs, and interviews as well. So like and subscribe and find the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Just look up the Soda Pod. We talk craft beer and hockey. As simple as that. A Canadian and an American talking craft beer and hockey. It's fun stuff. I honestly think Vancouver could right now, the market, support an NBA team. Huge Asian, East Indian, and now young market, early 90s kids now who are 30 years old, who want to see and want to have a West Coast basketball team. But the NBA ain't coming back to the West Coast anytime soon. If they do, it's going to be Seattle before Vancouver. Cheers, Andrew. Thank you very much. Hughes is a good and fast skater, but Faber is a smoother skater. Look, I love the younger Hughes. Don't get me wrong. Quinn is still one of the, and I don't even say this as a Vancouver Canucks fan. I say this as a hockey fan. I said this when he was with the development program and with Michigan. He's the best skater I've ever seen since Dennis Savard played for the Boston Bruins. He's unbelievable. Yeah, Andrew, we're doing the Soda Pod podcast. Wherever you get your podcast from, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. Then this is an offshoot of the podcast, just an extension of the podcast, the YouTube channel. We're doing some other things, like I said here. And then I'm doing Everyday Hockey as well as the Say Light Project YouTube channel. And there we go. Another goal. Top shelf. USA scores another one, making this a 7-1 game. With 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in this period, the USA make it a blowout, much like Canada did just a game earlier. Little drop and go and a beautiful shot from the Americans. USA, USA, USA. The neighbors are probably like, what the fuck is going on in there? This Canadian guy shouting USA. All the windows are open. It's summer, folks. My neighbors are outside having a barbecue. Actually, my old English teacher is my neighbor. He's probably yelling. He's probably listening to me, Mr. Max. Probably like, what the fuck? Why is this kid yelling USA, USA? Dude, when he fell to the Canucks, I couldn't believe it. When I was looking at defensive prospects that year, because I was doing a radio show. Actually, Matthew, I should send you some old podcast episodes. My first ever podcast was a Canucks and comedy podcast called Stick and Rink, and we were picked up by a local radio station on the island too. Oh, when we go out for beers, I can't wait to tell you about that. It was so much fun. But for prepping for that podcast, Dylan and I, the creator of the THPN, he was my co-host on the Stick and Rink podcast. We were looking up defensemen just because it was that draft and the Canucks needed defensemen. When we saw Hughes skate, we both were lifted from our seats and we're like, this is one of the best skaters we've ever seen. The fact he landed in Vancouver is incredible. The fact that he panned out to be one of the greatest defensemen in Vancouver Canucks history, one of the greatest, U.S. players right now, unbelievable. If Vancouver ever gets an NFL team, I'll never leave the stadium. That's not going to happen. I mean, if Canada's ever getting an NFL team, it's going to be Toronto. If I were an NBA commissioner, I would bring the Grizzlies back to Vancouver. Fucking right, let's go. I can't be too quick about this or I'm going to dump beer all over my Mac. They're so overpaid and stuff. Dude, baseball players are more overpaid than basketball players. Think about basketball players, like they face just as many or worse injuries because of their body size and the way that game is played. You can like or not like basketball, that's fine, and I'm not saying they deserve some of the contracts that they get. Matty Nyes, he's having an unbelievable game for the Americans, by the way, folks. If they don't score again, my prediction is perfect. USA, USA. Xanified, I'm glad that you're digging this, Xanified. You're an absolute beauty. A fellow Canadian in the chat. Where's my Canadian flag? I shouldn't wave it. This is an American show. I have a Canadian flag. It's on my bed over there. Please send them. I was like, what was I talking about? The Stick and Rink episodes. Cal. I think I even have some on this computer that I'm on right now. So yeah, it was a hilarious show, man. That was taking nothing away from doing it with Hoppy, but that was when everything got started and we were really playing with house money. We had nothing to lose and it was just so much fun. Trying out a bunch of different segments and then things, really. We were so raw, but it was so much fun. Our second season, we really found our groove. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game. 7-1. The Americans lead. Switzerland shots 38-21 for the Americans. How Detroit passed on Quinn Hughes is still mind-blowing. Yeah, I agree. I'm a Bills fan. I mean, again, by default, I guess I'm a Seahawks fan, but I am Canadian. I support the CFL. Go Lions. They're on a hell of a run. Luka Doncic is sick. Jay Morant is sick. I didn't follow the NBA these last 2 years much. But I mean, there's a few teams that I do like to watch. I love Damian Lillard of the Portland Trailblazers. Like, Portland's my team. If the Sonics were around, I'd probably pick the Sonics. If Vancouver had a team, I'd pick Vancouver. Portland's my team. They're the home team for me. Hey, you can do game. You game for a space. I get if you're dead tired. I did say if I was super stoned, I'd do down. Tell you what, Matthew, give me a few minutes. Maybe give me like 10, 20 minutes or whatever. Give me a few to at least like just get some food in me. And maybe while I'm cooking dinner, I'll drop by the space for a little bit. I can't stay for too long, but I'll drop by for a little bit, I promise. And I know you sent me a message saying if I was serious about YouTube stuff. Yeah, man, we'll talk about that down the road for sure. Nothing immediate right now. No promises, but I mean, hey, we're always looking for contributors here on the channel. So for sure would love to talk to you about that, buddy. Minor penalty tripping on Cooley for the Americans. 3 minutes left in this game in Switzerland. Let's see if they try to gain back a little respect, a little dignity here, and get a goal in the power play that's gone 0 for 4. Let me check the stats here. 0 for 4, if I'm not mistaken. Zero for 2, actually. Oh, you've done 3 streams, bet you're ready to fall over. I mean, the beers help. The beers help. The beers, funny enough, keep me upright. You too, man. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man, you're an absolute beauty. I hope to see you more. I hope to see you again on more SodaPod streams and everyday hockey streams. Folks, I'm going to just quickly plug away my other channels on in the live chat. If you don't mind, if you dig my vibe here, if you're supporting me here, if you've lasted this long, I really appreciate it. If you support my other channels, that would be awesome because I'll just get to see more of you at the end of the day. Which, hey, it's a win-win. I get to see you, you get to see me. Hoppy's giving me shit. He's like, why didn't you just do everything from one channel? Because you got to be diverse, and we reach more people doing this way. Everyday hockey on YouTube. Every stream, non-NCAA, non-Team USA, non-Minnesota Wild is on Everyday Hockey. City Life Project is my music vlog with Kyle Mudge. Go check out Kyle Mudge's music channel as well, folks. One minute, 54 seconds left in this game, folks. 46 seconds left on Switzerland's power play. They're still in the offensive zone of the Americans. In front of the net there, a hard clearing of the crease of the Americans. That's what you want to see. And we talked about that in this stream, the Americans finding a little bit more toughness later in the later portions of this game. I'll hit up one last link in the live chat, folks. This is where you can find the podcast. That is the Soda Pod. And you can find it wherever you get your podcast from. This link I'm posting is called a smart link, which just simply means it's going to direct you to your app of choice if you click it on your app or on your phone. There you go. That's enough plugs for me. There's enough plugs for me. Everyday Hockey, click it. City Life Project, click it. Podcast, click it. Andrew, I ain't going to plug that shit anymore. I gave them enough love throughout this stream. I gave him some love. I wore their hoodie in the other 2 streams. You commented it. That's enough plug for now. We got to build these other channels up. No, of course, throwing some love to Dylan and the Hockey Podcast Network as well. There you go. There you go. Yeah, thanks, man. This has been fun. Hope you do more games. Well, I'm going to do more games. Geez, Keys, I don't know if you know this. This is my 3rd game today. I did the 2 other World Junior games on the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel, and I do every Tuesday night MMA streams on the City Life Project YouTube channel. And for 6 hours on Saturday, I do UFC streams from the City Life Project YouTube channel. What happened to the Swiss? Psh, the Americans lit up. They woke up and they are here. You need a coffee after the stream. I need to eat and go to bed after the stream, but I will join Matthew Spaces for a bit. Wallstad gave up 2 goals to these clowns. What a sieve. Trade him for picks. Wait, is this Tony from 10K? Or Derek speaking? Oh, no, it's Sean. Comment of the night. Sean, you never disappoint. It's always damn time. Plug, plug, plug. I love it. Sick. Huge UFC fan, dude. G's Keys. G's Keys. Every Tuesday for Contender Series and all Saturday. I will see you there. And that is it. The third period is done. This game is done. The USA defeat Switzerland. They pounce on them 7-1. What a day. What a stream. Day 3 of the World Juniors resuming this summer. 2 blowouts today, no upsets yet, but some tremendous hockey all around. And you all are amazing. Thank you all for making these streams so much fun. Like the video, drop a comment in the live chat as you've been doing. You made this last portion of the stream so much fun as we knew it was going to be a blowout from the States. Commenting, reacting to all the comments here. I'll see you tomorrow, Latvia, Slovakia on the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel. Again, reminder, on this channel, the SodaPod YouTube channel, we will live stream NCAA games, USA hockey games, as well as Minnesota Wild games. On the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel, we will stream everything else. Check me out, my vlog, The City Life Project. You can follow me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk and, of course, at the SodaPod. Would really appreciate it. This live stream is presented by, of course, the SodaPod, Northland Vodka, Waggle Golf, and 7th Avenue Pizza. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Check out my other channels, and I hope to see you again soon, brother or sister. They and them. Xanified. Any more giveaways? Well, I don't think we reached our goal, but if we hit 50 likes on any video that I'm doing on any of these channels, we will give some stuff away, Andrew. I don't think we reached the goal here today. Let's take a look at the stats here before my voice completely fades and we hang up the skates here for the final game of day 3 of the World Junior Championship. Pardon me. Shots on goal, 39 for the Americans, 23 for Switzerland. 3 penalties for the Americans, 4 for Switzerland. 2 power play goals for the Americans, 0 for Switzerland. Face-off wins. Now, this was huge. The Americans, 37 face-off wins, 67% to 18 from Switzerland, 32%. So there you go, folks. There's the stats. There's a huge day of hockey. I fucking love the World Juniors. I fucking love doing this podcast on craft beer in Minnesota and NHL hockey. And I love hanging out with all of you on these live streams. That's it for me. Again, my name is Isha Jerome. Follow me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. Support the podcast. I plugged away everything that I do in the live chat here. Everyday Hockey, the City Light Project, and of course the link to the Soda Pod podcast. Dylan's great, Andrew. Hit him up on Twitter and, of course, on any of the THPN stuff. He's the one now managing all those accounts. As the Star-Spangled Banner. I love the Star-Spangled Banner, folks. My hair's just greased back. It looks so shitty right now because I've been wearing hats all day. I love the Canadian national anthem, but don't get me wrong. The Star-Spangled Banger, it's a banger. The Star-Spangled Banger, folks. It is a banger, and it just hits a little different at sporting events, I have to say. Isha? No! Wow. All right, Team USA 7-1 victory over the Swiss. Don't be horrible, Andrew, and for everyone else who joined, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you tomorrow for some more streams on the Everyday Hockey YouTube channel. Until then, I say peace. Matthew, I'll see you, maybe without a voice, on your spaces. Hit us up on Twitter. We're totally interactive. Listen to the podcast. I will see you tomorrow. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And the home of the brave.